If you had told me before that I was going to be in a high school setting, I would have thought you were crazy, because growing up, all I ever wanted to do was be an elementary school special education teacher. That was my focus going through college, and I just never thought that I would use the second half of my special education licensure. You know, life has a funny way of working out, and when I ended up at the high school, I realized just kind of how much I love it. Now I don't know if I want to leave. I love working with young students. I just think that it's so exciting, their passion and their enthusiasm for learning. And I also love the fact that when you can reach them young, then sometimes the interventions or the learning things that you do with them can have a little bit more of an impact. But I've also learned that working with high school students, you can have an impact in a different way, in almost like a more real world way. In 4 years, our freshmen are going out and hopefully becoming productive members of society. And so reaching them where they are there and hopefully having an impact on who they can become as adults is really fulfilling. And I love that. And I love the interactions that I can have with the big kids because it's just a lot of fun. We have a good time together, and some of the things that we can do are much different, obviously, than when you're working with younger students. So I love it, and it was unexpected, but here we are. What I do now is that I am working in a co-taught English classroom setting. I have 3 periods of freshman English with Mrs. Ball, and then we do 2 periods of lab together. And so in English lab, it's for freshmen who maybe have a difficult time with English goals. They need extra help with writing, extra help with additional practice, or like pre-teaching or reteaching. And so that's what the lab periods are for. And then I also have 1 period with Mrs. Gable, and we do practical English for seniors. I have learned so much working here at Celina High School. I give all the credit to my amazing special education team. They have helped me through so much. It has been a big learning curve going from the littles to the bigger kids, but it has just been such a wonderful ride, from the particular things like paperwork and creating the IEP documents and things like that. It has just been a really big journey. And so again, the special education team, Rachel Kraft has been so great, Tracy Danmeyer, and then honestly just working with the general education teachers as well, Mrs. Ball, Mrs. Gable, they have really helped me. Everything looks different when you're dealing with older kids too, from behaviors to learning styles to everything. So just kind of taking what I had already known and then adapting it to older kids, it has been just such an experience. And so since this is my 3rd year here, I am loving what I do. I love who I work with, and I just really enjoy being around the students. What a teacher means to me is just helping others. Working for the greater good is to make a difference. I want these kids and these students to be the very best that they can be, not only for themselves, but again, if we're raising a generation of learners to go out and be the most productive members of a society that we're all living in, then I want to help make that change and help the students reach their full potential. And I just really believe that this is a profession in which you can really make a difference. Hi, my name is Andrea Nickell, and I am a special education teacher at Celina High School, specifically in the English department.